Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Alright, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Throwing Away My Girlfriend's Best Friend's Picture? And this one is a tough one. In fact, we have a couple of tough ones today. And this one does involve potential suicide of a friend, death of a friend, a loved one, a controlling partner, and drug overdose. So there are some pretty heavy topics here today. So just to warn you. So let's get started. I am a 45-year-old man, and I've been together with Lisa, a 37-year-old female, for 4 years now. We live together. We have our own house and even a dog. Lisa's ex-best friend, Laura, died 9 years ago, and she still isn't over it, which has caused some ups and downs in our relationship. They were very close, but when Laura was 26, she sadly passed away from a drug overdose, just a week after her boyfriend's death. Laura had been fighting with drug addiction since she was 12 or 13, as far as I know from Lisa. Lisa, to this day, thinks that she did it on purpose since she greatly missed her boyfriend, soulmate, other half, as Lisa likes to describe who he was to Laura. After Laura's passing, Lisa took a lot of her clothes and sentimental stuff that belonged to Laura, and they were given to her by Laura's family. I never knew, and I never had a chance to meet Laura, but according to my girlfriend, besides her addiction, she was the most amazing human being in the world. Now on to the story. As I said, Lisa had a lot of belongings that were Laura's at one point, one of which was a painting that she supposedly drew the exact night that she died, as she wrote a message, the date, and her signature, as Laura was greatly into art. The specified painting that I'm talking about is drawn with pens, and it's basically Laura and Lisa playing in Lisa's backyard as kids. I have to admit that the drawing looks done professionally. Lisa often at night sits by the window with the drawing and talks to it. Yes, she talks to a painting. And what's wrong with that, OP? We have had several fights about this, but last night was the last straw for me. Lisa was once again talking to the drawing. We had another fight about this, and Lisa left the house, so I took the drawing and I ripped it. Then I threw it away. I was sick of looking at Lisa suffering for the death of someone who obviously didn't care enough for her to stay around. I told this to my mom, and she said that I was cruel to Lisa and that she deserved much better, but my friend said that I'm right and that Lisa is overreacting. So, am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
You're so much the jerk. I think our jerk meter just exploded.
Yeah, I mean, rip jerk meter. I don't think that I can possibly rate you on a scale of whether you're a jerk or not. I think that this is unbelievably cruel. I think that this is callous and heartless, and I don't care what your friends have to say. Your friends are also sociopaths? I don't know. Maybe your only friend is yourself and you talk to yourself in the mirror and you agreed with yourself. That's all I can figure, because I don't know who else could possibly be like, yeah, this was perfectly fine. She's overreacting. Because she wasn't overreacting. We all have our coping mechanisms for when loved ones pass on, right? And talking to a picture, if it gave her comfort, there was nothing wrong with that. She wasn't suffering because of this picture, right? She was talking, she was working out her feelings that are sometimes complex. And you don't have a right to tell people how they cope with this loss and tragedy. So, OP, yes, you're a jerk, and I hope she leaves you because you don't deserve her, right? You really do not. And I hope she can fix that picture, because this just, I don't even know where to begin to say how bad this is. So anyhow, take care. And I'm not going to wish you luck, but that's beside the point, because I'm a bitter, angry individual. You're the jerk, and so are your friends for cheering you on. You took a source of comfort that was precious to your girlfriend, and you literally ripped it up and threw it away, much like you've done with your relationship. I don't see you guys lasting that much longer together. I can't imagine being so insecure in my relationship that I'm even jealous of a painting. You're the jerk, your relationship is over. That was really cruel. And Before I Fall, Save Me says, Oh my goodness, instead of helping your wife through a difficult grieving process, maybe therapy, you destroy something irreplaceable. Yes, you're the jerk, and I hope she divorces you. You threw a temper tantrum over something that she does to feel better about her friend's death. Do you not see how horrible you were? And OP replies, it's been nearly a decade. Shouldn't she be over it by now? Alright, folks, I think that's all we need to see from OP here. Clearly, someone whose emotions are broken beyond belief, desperately needs therapy. All I can say is, OP, I hope you seek out help, because I think you desperately need help in this situation. I think that this is something that you need to work out with a therapist for a long time, and I really do hope that you become a better person out of this situation. All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Kicking My Sister Out and Refusing to Speak with Her even though she is pregnant? This is another hard and tragic one, folks. I am sorry for the tragedy today. It does involve the death of a pet, well, or livestock or animals, but OP considers them pets. So, just to let you know. So, I live in a suburban area and decided to get a permit for chickens. I bought 3 chickens and had been raising them for about 3 months. I bought them at 6 months age. I also have an Aussie dog who got along great with them. My sister is 8 months pregnant. Now my mom lives with me, so my sister visits frequently. This sister has a husky that she brings everywhere with her. I'd ask her before not to bring him to my home because he constantly destroys my gardens and digs holes. She does not listen. However, I explained to her now that I have chickens, he absolutely cannot come. This upset her, and she said that her dog would never harm another animal, and if my dog can be around them, so can hers. I tried to explain the difference in breeds, and that her dog is literally a hunter breed. Well, a couple of weeks ago, she came to my home without telling me while I wasn't home. She said that she just wanted to introduce her dogs to the chickens, but he broke loose from her grip and attacked. She couldn't get him to stop, and he literally killed all of my chickens. No one even called me. I came home and everyone was just acting weird. They didn't even have the decency to pick them up. They were torn apart all over my yard. I kicked my sister out, and I haven't talked to her since, and I don't plan on it. My mom is saying that I'm the jerk because they're just chickens, and she offered to replace them. She's saying that I'm stressing my pregnant sister out. But those are my pets. But I also feel it's the disrespect of her not listening to my rules. My family thinks that I should forgive her, especially with a nephew on the way, but I just can't let it go. So am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. 0 jerks rating.
Yeah, OP, you definitely get a 0. Your mom and your sister, well, I think your sister definitely gets a 5. Your mom at least gets a 3, maybe a 4. I don't know. Like, if this is so important for your mom, then maybe she should go and live with your sister. And I understand that the rest of your family is trying to pressure you into this, but you're not ready to forgive your sister yet. She chose to violate your rules, and they're all just trying to sweep it under the rug because they feel like it's just chickens, it's just livestock. Well, the thing is that you are attached to these chickens. You love them like a pet, and you wanted to raise and grow them, and you feel to probably some degree that you failed them because you couldn't protect them against your sister's pet. So I don't blame you for being upset, OP. This is a really terrible, tragic situation. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Belle Chick Sleeves says, most people aren't exposed to friendly chickens. They are delightful little raptors. Our first 5 that we handled from chicks were very sweet. Anyone could pick them up, and they knew that I was the treat guy, and they would run at me whenever I arrived on the scene. They were your pets, and your family is a bunch of jerks. Not the jerk, and not just chickens. All right, folks, our last letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Sending the Police to the Airport to Retrieve My Mom's Jewelry Set that my husband took to give to his mom for her birthday. How loud do we have to say not the jerk in this situation? All right, folks, this one isn't as tragic. It's actually an okay story, pretty standard run-of-the-mill for what we have here. My husband, a 33-year-old male, adores his mom. He's the only child in the family, and they're very close. He'd buy her expensive gifts for her birthday, but this year he's been stressing out about finding a proper gift for her. Since he's been unemployed for 6 months now, he brought up the jewelry set that my mom gave me and asked if I was willing to give it so that he could use it as a gift for his mom's birthday. I said no, and I thought that his request was strange. He pointed out how many other things I have of my mom, which is true, but the jewelry set wasn't something that I was willing to just give away, especially not to his mom. He got upset and pitched a fit and kept begging me to give it to him. He even offered to buy it off of me, but he has no money. He suddenly stopped bringing it up at the day of his trip to go visit his mom and attend her birthday. After he left the house, I found a small note that he had written mentioning that he took the jewelry set with him and telling me not to panic or do anything stupid, and that we would talk about it when he gets back. I was furious, but I felt helpless. I thought I was never going to see the set again. I called his phone, but he turned it off after hanging up on me. I called my older cousin, who works at the local police station, and told him what had happened. He suggested that I make a report so that he could go and help me recover it. He then sent a police patrol to the airport where my husband was, and he was taken in and his ticket was canceled. I got the set back, and he eventually was let go. But when he got home, all hell broke loose, and he started yelling at me, while also cussing out my cousin and calling him a stuck-up blank, saying that we both were horrible and out of line, and that I knew that my cousin hates him and gave him the opportunity to humiliate him. He then yelled about how he missed his mom's birthday and had his trip ruined just because I hate his mom this much. I don't hate her, but I don't want my stuff given away on my behalf. He was livid to the point where he went to stay with his buddy for 2 days without answering any of my calls. I'm seriously having regrets about it. Don't. Yes. What was I supposed to do after he took my jewelry set and had me thinking that I might never see it again? Getting my cousin involved might also have worsened his relationship with my husband, since they have never been on good terms to begin with. Am I the jerk for involving the police as a way to get the set back? Alright folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk, and maybe reevaluate whether you want to stay in this relationship, because this is very concerning behavior.
Yeah, I think that this is certainly concerning. I think that the husband is at least a 4 or more on the jerk scale. Let me know what you folks think about that. NOP, I mean, because your cousin works in the police department, I might actually say normally, well, this is a difficult, I don't think that you're a jerk at all. I'm going to give you 0 out of 5 on this one. While calling the police sometimes is an overreaction, I don't think that was the case here. I think the filing the police report was the proper way to go, and it allowed your cousin to actually step in and intervene.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like this was a situation where calling the police would put Opie's husband at risk.
Yeah.
Like, there definitely are situations, lots of situations where that's bad, but it
Yeah.
seems like since Opie's cousin knows Opie's husband, he wasn't at risk of actual harm.
Yeah, and I think that's what's important here, is that he wasn't actually going to be harmed in that situation other than his pride. So I don't think that you're a jerk in this situation, and I would really deeply reconsider this relationship at this point in time, because if he's willing to do it once, he's going to be willing to do it again, and you just need to keep your jewelry under lock and key at this point in time. That's really what I think.
And how much else does he steamroll you in? Because like he literally stole your stuff and wrote you a note being like, don't overreact, don't we'll talk about this when I get back. Like, he has no respect for you.
Yeah, and this was irreplaceable too, right? This wasn't just like a piece of paper that he took. This was irreplaceable jewelry. So yeah, anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. I know it gets tossed around a lot here, but this is actually divorce worthy for your own financial, emotional, and physical protection. And status pattern 7539 says, not the jerk, let him stay at his buddies forever. Yeah, seriously, divorce. He stole from you, he lied to you, he blamed you, and he's throwing a temper tantrum because he got caught in his theft. Puts his mom before you and is manipulating you and verbally abusing you. He is jobless and mooching off of you. Yeah, not the jerk. Leave. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some tea here. Amber's got some water, although she used to have tea.
Where can you always find money?
Where can you always find money? I was about to jump into my money bit. Where's my wallet? I mean, you can always find money in my wallet. It's a bottomless wallet. I purchased it from a magician.
In the dictionary.
Oh, in the dictionary. No, I used Wyatt out on that page. And I have Mega Mint tea. Today, I regretfully did not guess Mega Mint tea as my first choice. And instead I guessed Earl Grey, and then I was very sad when it was not Earl Grey. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye!